we're getting close to being an Olympian definition of God.
Well, so this is to continue this thought. The idea is like, okay, so we learned to fly. We not only did we learn to fly in planes, but we've actually escaped the gravity well of planet Earth. But what we have yet to do is to escape the gravity of time.
Right.
So that's the idea, is that we do the exact same thing that we did with planes, which is we rose from the ground and flew above it with time, which is now we disconnect from time, which is why the simulation theory is where it majorly differs from any kind of analogy or ancient primitive way of describing what this reality may be, is that theoretically, if Elon Musk is somehow right, or Bostrom is right, and we are living in a simulation, this is a computer, some super advanced computer simulating reality, then theoretically we should be able to use the tools of science to hack into the thing and start performing actual miracles, one of which would be the ability to, just like if you were in a video game, reverse the flow of time. Mm-hmm. And so the time machine could possibly exist, especially could exist if we're existing in a simulator. So if these people really believe that this is a simulation, then they need to be doing more.
Well, so here's a slight cynical tweak on the whole thing, and maybe it's a little bit Marvel Comics, but of me, I mean, like, let's say, like, let's pretend for a moment that this isn't just like a kind of like beautiful poetic conceptual hybrid, and that universes both expand and contract, and that time. Let's just pretend like that time is a constant, that it marches forward.
Yes.
But it marches forward on a plane we don't understand, because we're 1,000 simulations deep.
Yes.
So is it possible that this is like kind of like a Garth Ennis kind of like, I don't know, this is just a dramatic interpretation of it, because like, but let's say there's a source universe, like an original universe. So once upon a time, in the beginning, there was reality.
Yes.
There was nothing that exploded into everything, Big Bang, and then this universe got created, and then these sentient life forms got created. And they were like, holy shit, we're sentient. This is amazing. Oh, fuck, planet's dying. Let's move to the moon. Oh, man, we terraformed the moon. It's amazing. Oh, shit, the moon's dying. Let's move out into space. Oh, man, we figured out how to tap into space, and we don't even care. Oh, shit, we can live our lives, like, sucked into a matrix. Like, and so, but then at some point, something happens. Something that even for that species is the equivalent of an asteroid heading for the dinosaurs. And everyone's conscious of it, and they go, this is doomsday. Now, that might be the death of the universe. If we evolve to a certain point, we will get to a point where it's not meteors threatening our lives. It's not global warming. It's not food running out. It's not the laws of thermodynamics. It is the fucking law of the Big Bang that says the universe isn't infinite. It's an explosion that will end. Energy will end. And we get to the very limits of that. And so what do we do as these gods that are surfing that wave? We go, oh shit, we're about to hit the sand. When we do, no matter what we do, everything will end. What should we do? Let's call Todd from IT. Todd from IT goes, guys, this is a pitch I've been giving you for a long time. Now maybe you're willing to listen. What I'm telling you is, put these helmets on. Why, Todd? Why would we spend the last moments of our lives playing a video game instead of surfing? Because, motherfucker, in the video game, like, a computer thinks 8 billion times per second. Like, we can effectively freeze time. We can start this life over, and we can maybe figure it out this time. Or we can come up with a solution. We can just run this thing and watch them and see if they learn, because we ran out of time. So let's use our last minute, expanding that minute into a Grand Theft Auto or a chess computer thinking its moves over. So what happens inside that minute? An infinity during which those sentient beings who are simulated, same thing happens to them. So they go, guys, call Todd from IT, and it goes on forever, which is the solution. It's eternity. Like, as that minute is simulated, I guess.
So we've basically burrowed into a computer program.
We've frozen time
to escape the apocalypse.
If you parabolically, geometrically keep cutting the last moment of your life into increasingly small pieces, one conventional wisdom would have it that, there's a unit of time that cannot be divided anymore. But then another way of looking at it is, no, you can keep dividing time in half forever and thereby experience eternity. Which is why I'm terrified of getting hit by a bus while I'm thinking, did I leave the iron on? Because it's possible your last thought as a mammal biochemically may repeat for what you perceive as an infinity.
Will repeat. I mean, that's the idea. This is the riverbed idea. If this is a simulator, then, and your consciousness really...
That's what I draw such comfort from the simulation thing. It's really funny watching people, like, Dino freaked out about it at first, and then he found comfort in it. My girlfriend Cody, the simulation thing, it really freaked her out. It
does freak people out.
Freaked me out initially too, and I think some people might get freaked out by it permanently. I have become permanent. Now I'm scared that it's not true.
Well, I mean, I think that you need to take it to the next step, which is if this is a simulator, then what are some ways to hack into this thing in a real way, and I think that's that
sounds like a scrambly spider in a bathtub to me.
Well, I think there is. So this is where we start hearing about miracles, right? And we start hearing these crazy stories, which I've heard of by now, man. I've heard some from people that have very little reason to lie about it, and I've seen some weird fucking coincidences or synchronicities happen where it's what is that, and why do these kinds of synchronicities tend to happen around certain people? I think the next step is not just to a thought experiment that this is a simulation. I think the next step would be, let's see how much control we have over the code that we don't currently think we have. And that's where you get into the realm of magic, prayer, whatever you want to call it, only instead of saying, this is some petition to a deity, you could say, wait, am I some kind of code that actually has the ability to manipulate other strings of code within the program, creating lasting changes that are generally not accepted in the rules of the simulator? Are there ways to break around it? I don't know. I think that there's a...
I kind of think that that's wriggling against quicksand. I think that the simulation might incorporate into it let's make sure that when you start to think that way, that the first thing you do is form a coven, put on a funny outfit, light a candle, and write a spell book, because that'll keep them grounded.
Right.
Whereas when we dream, and when we have sex, and when we eat chocolate, and when we get ball cancer, and when we lose our moms, and
yes.
when we hit that home moment, that coming home moment, we transcend, that moment when a duck flies up into the sky. I think it's because how are ducks finding magnetic north? They're hacking the system. Maybe they're magic ducks. No, that's not the thesis. But bringing it up, I mean, you're talking about, it almost sounds like I don't want to go into a log cabin and start being an alchemist and trying to figure out how to break the code of reality. But I think that, as Ken Kesey thought, if you're in the moment enough, that is the hack.
Oh yeah.
That's why we take acid and mushrooms and stuff. And
right.
You break through to a moment when, in his metaphor, the player piano has run out of roll, but you, who have only learned to imitate the depression of the keys in real time, you are now playing a song you've never known. That you're hacking. Then, he believed in a moment, so in the moment that you were magic, that God was with you, because God is in the moment. The thing that created the universe created it instantly. Every moment is eternity. The thing that is death and is temporal is 5 seconds ago and 5 seconds from now. That's where the devil lives, inviting you into death, where we spend most of our time thinking about what just happened and what's about to happen.
Yes.